melanin dripping, sweet candy coated honey bar, good looking. The way how you moving, put me in a mood, I'm glad to see you. Your waistline on the baseline, so attractive, I wanna be a captive. I see a smile on your face now, so beautiful, I know you're original.
So come push back on me, I wanna see if you got good chemistry. And come wind up on me, don't hold back, y'all, just be free. I love how you dance and show off, show off. You have my attention, girl, you're sweet off. Dance for me, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, cause we still grooving. I love how you dance and show off, show off. You have my attention, girl, you're sweet off. Dance for me, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, cause we still grooving. Cause we still grooving. Cause we still grooving. Cause we still grooving.
Come talk to me, girl. Classy and intelligent, are you run the world? I let me sit face to face. Know your feet detention, just had to mention. Your brown eyes, shining bright, so gorgeous and glowing like sunlight. Hear your voice, angelic high, so amazing, I wanna keep this going.
So come push back on me, I wanna see if you got good chemistry. Come wind up on me, don't hold back, y'all, just be free. I love how you dance and show off, show off. You have my attention, girl, you're sweet off. Dance for me, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, cause we still grooving. I love how you dance and show off, show off. You have my attention, girl, you're sweet off. Dance for me, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, cause we still grooving. Cause we still grooving. Cause we still grooving. Cause we still grooving.
Hey, 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 girl, I wanna take you home with me.
And hey, 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 girl, show you good energy, yeah.
Hey, 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 girl, I wanna treat you right, you see, you see, you see.
Hey, 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 yeah, girl. So come wind back on me, I wanna see if we got good chemistry. And come wind up on me, don't hold back, y'all, just be free. I love how you dance and show off, show off. You have my attention, girl, you're sweet off. Dance for me, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, cause we're still moving. I love how you dance and show off, show off. You have my attention, girl, you're sweet off. Dance for me, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, cause we're still moving. I love how you dance and you have my attention. And dance for me, baby. Just keep it moving, cause we're still grooving. I love how you dance and show off, show off. You have my attention. And dance for me, baby, step out, step out. Keep it moving, we're still grooving. Aye. Cause we're still grooving. Step out, step out. Hey.
Anybody ever told ya what a woman really is? If you ever get the moment, show them how much they give. You're a shoulder I can cry on, arms I can embrace. Is to hear my deepest thoughts, protect her night and day. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are amazing, cause you have given life. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You're all amazing, I try to describe. You are woman, yes you are, yes you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are.
You have birthed the nations, a nurturer you are. You bless us with your wisdom, and you tended every scar. You have found me broken, you have shown me light. You ignited all my passions, and loved me through the night. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are all amazing, cause you have given life. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are all amazing. I try to describe, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are.
To be a woman is to be blessed with unparalleled intuition, to be powerful, power independent of place or position. To be a woman is to be a mother, giving birth to sons and daughters, ideas, institutions, and business ventures. To be a woman is to be the current inspiration, the future aspiration of a young lady, of a little girl.
You're a masterpiece of harmony, a melody of life. You're a gem, a diamond flower in spring, you're one of a kind. You're a masterpiece of harmony, a melody of life. You're an African queen flower in spring, you're one of a kind. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. So you are amazing. I try to describe, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. You are woman. You are woman. You are. Yes, you are, yes, you are. You are woman. You are woman. So you are woman. Hey. And when obstacles manifest as natural, you are born for this.
To be a woman is to be the heart of the system, to be the one who brings life into our world.
Never thought of falling in love again. No, never. But my heart's been stolen again. This time, hope it lasts forever. We'll go beyond, 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 beyond.
It's been a while now since love's been in this place. You see, many have tried, but no one could take your place, girl. Why you so beautiful? I see the future in your face, baby. Never in a million years I thought that you'd be mine, girl. That you'd be mine, girl. Never thought I would fall.
No, never. But my heart's been stolen again.
But my heart's been stolen.
Last forever.
We will go Cause when we KISSING, all I can say is OMG. My love in my life, you make all things right, baby. I trust you, girl, with my life. I don't want nobody but you. I'ma put my ring on you. Never thought I'd no, never. Ooh, baby. Again. This time, hope it lasts forever. We'll go beyond. We will go so far. Beyond. You'll always find what you're looking for, and you ain't looking for a thing. We ain't looking for a thing. Yeah, you'll always find what you're looking for, and you ain't looking for a thing. Never thought I no, never. Ooh, baby. Been stolen again. This time, hope it lasts forever. You hope, baby. I hope it lasts forever, girl. I hope it lasts forever, girl. Hey, 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 hey. We will go, baby. We will go, baby. Ooh, we will go, baby. We will go so far, baby. I hope it lasts forever, baby.
Warning. What you are about to hear goes against traditional romantic counsel expressed by friends, family, and Instagram memes and quotes. Open-mindedness is advised.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, and welcome to another edition of the Senate Podcast. I'm your host, Neil, joined as always by my brother from another mother. Yes, that's right. And your host, Derek.
Here.
Yes, sir. And we are here. We are back another Thursday, back on the grind. Come to talk some more things on the live stream. How you doing, my brother?
I'm well, man. I'm a little tired, I have to admit. Today's one of those days. I am a little tired. Had my class wars, did the number on me today. So there was that, and then I had a recording session this evening with the guys, showed up the guys in G-Syndicate. Kiomal, got the whole group, gang in today. That was awesome. We don't get to be all together, all six of us in the same space anymore due to scheduling and stuff like that. But we were all in the studio this afternoon, so that was fantastic. With Kiomal, Waden, Mark, Brett, Hugh, and myself. So that was awesome.
Good stuff.
Preparing a little something, a little project we're working on. So that was great. Showed up producer Roger Ryan as well. And then from there, I went straight to the gym. And from the gym, I came straight here, a quick shower, and here to do this show with you. So it's been one of them days, one thing running into the next. Somehow I managed to prepare something of a monologue in between there. I don't know how I got it done, but I got something done. And hopefully it's as coherent as all the others on past episodes. This is season 2, episode 2.
Episode 2, yes.
It's good to say that, you know.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, man, I am here, blessed and highly flavored, as some people would say.
Highly
flavored. Yeah, man, what about you?
Highly flavored.
Highly flavored. Yeah, man, what's going on with you? Talk to me.
I good as well, dealing with this camera. My camera has been giving me some issues of late. I think I want to be done with this setup. Just for peace of mind and ease and convenience. Other than that, just trying to recover, just trying to get myself back to fighting weight, fighting strength. I would say, man, the coughing and the fatigue is something that really, those are things that really take it out of you. I got my release papers yesterday, so I've been out on a boat doing some stuff. Bills got paid.
Yeah.
As Seth Abel said, court saying can't then if you're sick or not. So had to go and pay my bills and thing, and go to the supermarket, do some stuff, and it was exhausting. Something that normally would take me. I mean, I wasn't out on a boat for long. It wasn't like long periods of time, but just ain't got the stamina. So I'm on the mend. I hear, thanks to those people that would have offered suggestions and solutions on how to deal with the cough and to get better. So I appreciate that. Good night to everybody that's joined us in the chat. Derek, you would have mentioned G-Syndicate earlier. Just let the people know where to find G-Syndicate.
Yeah, man, you can find us G-Syndicate6.com. You can find us on right here on YouTube, on Facebook, and on Twitter at G-Syndicate6. You can also find us on Instagram at G-Syndicate6. The only difference is you got to spell out the word 6. So once you can spell, you should be all right.
Right. So you are indeed watching the Senate podcast. As I said, we do content for you. Obviously, we do the chooses on Thursdays thing. Come here. We have these live streams at 8 p.m. Barbados time, and we talk the things good, bad, or indifferent. And on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we do the Senate shorts. Now, those Senate shorts are a bit less serious. We're there's still some things that we try to disseminate in those. Some are just completely ridiculous and wacky, and then there are some that you can glean some things from them and just see how certain things go. And I had an interesting conversation today in one of our group chats where let us point out something here, right? Let's dispel something here. Like, we have to understand, even though that it is a small majority, a vocal minority, small minority, vocal minority that would be out here saying men ain't shit, women ain't shit, doing all sorts of aberrant behavior, ratchet behavior, behaving poorly, etc. And we can get into it in this episode. That usually comes from a certain demographic of people, right? Particularly in the Black community, whether you want to say education, social class, financial setting, however you want to put it. The people that speak the loudest, we are not saying that they're in the majority, but the reason why we do this is because that silent minority, that vocal minority, they are painting a picture that is very skewed, in our opinion, right? So the reason I say that is because I know a lot of people may see our content, and a lot of people may see the shorts, and a lot of people may see these things and dismiss us and say, that's not my experience, or those are not things that I am accustomed to seeing or hearing in my space or in my sphere. We get it a lot in this chat where a lot of people say, not my friends, this don't happen in my friend circle, etc. But these things happen. And the average man encounters this. Men that are single in the Black community in Barbados, in certain demographics, once you out there in them streets, you will come across this behavior because it is prevalent, right? It may not be prevalent to say we don't have numbers. It's very hard to find those numbers to see. I mean, we could go on numbers and we could splice them down and splice them up and come up with some sort of narrative. But really and truly, to get the direct numbers for the people that are out here talking about many crap, and we got a shortcoming tomorrow that is a well one. There doesn't know about it yet, but it's a really well one dealing with the patriarchy, talking about the patriarchy, certain people that speak loudest when it comes to feminism, misogyny, etc. We understand that those things happen, those things are prevalent in certain spaces, but well, not patriarchy, but misogyny and those sort of things, narcissism, those things happen. But we have to be careful with who we listen to. And unfortunately, a lot of people listen to these people on Twitter and on social media, on Instagram, in their sphere and this, I deserve.
Jumbotron.
Exactly. So, it may not be prevalent to some of you watching, but believe you me, when you talk to men, especially men that are single, men out here dealing with a lot. That's to say that. No, let's get into tonight's topic, because that will be a jumping point for me continuing what I'm saying here. Ladies and gentlemen, every Tuesdays and Thursdays, we go into the live streams, 8 p.m. We talk the things, hard, soft, indifferent. And there usually goes on our social media pages, Facebook particularly. Give us a like and a follow on Facebook. He will go on there and he will post a topic so that we can get into it. And this is no different. Tonight's topic is a continuation from Tuesday's topic, which is the perfect marriage. This one we are speaking about what are some of the major challenges keeping many men from marrying modern women. To repeat that, what are some of the major challenges keeping many men from marrying modern women? And this is going to be a very interesting discussion. I have some things to say. Derek, obviously, he prepared a monologue and he's gonna get into it. And yeah, I think that I can let's let you go on, and then I would jump in when I can. So over to you, my brother. This is sermon.
Yeah, man. Thoughts. But then we can start with a TikTok clip. I think we can launch off from there.
Right.
Just to kind of set up the show. While you load that up, I will let the folks know. Folks, we are indeed the Senate Podcast here on YouTube. This is episode 2 of season 2. We are at 360 subscribers. So feel free. I see my girl Toddies in the crank. I didn't see you on Tuesday, Toddies, but good to see you here tonight. You missed a very interesting discussion, so feel free to join in the chat tonight as well. See Jimmy, Cherish, Ruben as well. My boy Marlon. Marlon, I hope you're enjoying the vacation, Marlon.
Yeah, Marlon on vacation. You are. Congrats, my brother.
Yeah, Marlon living it up.
I hope you
living it up.
Let's hope you don't have a vacation like mine. I hope it is healthy. That's important.
Yeah, it did. So yeah, man. Hit the like button on the way in, folks, and that's the price of admission. So hit the like button, hit the share button, the subscribe button as well. Hit the notification bell too to ensure that you get the content we got, because we've decided that we want to have these discussions. And I got a video today about, actually I think I saw it about 3 different times about why men don't speak up and stuff like that. And all you can do is laugh, because these are the things we talk about, Neil, every week. And people come and they come for us and say we be misogynistic, or one of the misogynist, sexist, chauvinist. Can't remember the other one.
Narcissist. Oh yeah, we get narcissists, right?
Patriarchal, all them things you hear. But then when they see it on social media, and those people talking this spiritual word or the shade room or one of them different media outlets saying the same things that we say, suddenly everybody sends it to me, and it's like, oh, look at this. Yeah, these are the things we say. These are the things we are saying. And people take offense. People come for us, but we back broad. Got the time. So we ready, Neil.
But I'm glad you bring that up, Derek, because I did see a video today and it said, and I'm going to paraphrase here. It says, because you don't agree with what we say, because you don't like what we say, that is fine. But that does not mean that you have to come at us with disrespect. That goes across the board for anything. It doesn't have to be us. It could be whatever, right? Because you don't like what we are saying, because you don't agree with what we are saying, that is fine. We can have a debate. We can have a discussion. But let us not devolve into name calling and just labeling, right? If you don't like what we are saying, that is fine. You want to debate us on it? that is fine. We can go toe to toe and we can be respectful about it. But as you come in with misogynist this and antiquated that and narcissist this, right? To me, you're not furthering the discussion. Even if we are misogynist, even if we are antiquated in our thinking, right? What is you coming at us saying those things without pointing out, okay, let's have a debate so I can dismantle your argument to show why your thinking is misogynistic and antiquated and narcissistic, right? I think that would be the better way. It's just instead of getting on a platform, getting and saying, you know, y'all narcissists or y'all misogynist or anything like that. Again, we have done this now for the better part of a year and a half. Be cool with being labeled as certain things because we know who we are. The people that know us know who we are.
Yeah.
We are very measured in what we say and we are very critical of what we say. So even though it may look like, people say there is the Beijing Kevin Samuels, which I will never get down and agree with because I think that there is the Derek Marshall. And I want him to get to be the Derek Marshall instead of be somebody else. But instead of you labeling us,
gotta start wearing a suit.
You can start labeling us. You can start labeling us without, because if we have a debate, if we have a discussion, if you say, okay, I didn't agree with what you said, Derek, or I didn't agree with what you said, Neil, and here's why I think that what you're saying is problematic, and you debate us on those things, and we cannot come to a consensus, and we are downright misogynist in our response, in our debate, we are condescending, etc. Label us all you want. But as you come to this forum, being a big channel, right? Got 360 subscribers. We appreciate everybody that subscribe, share the content. And we get a fair amount of people watching every live stream. And we are appreciative of it, right? But no matter if we got 10 people or 10,000 people, the fact remains is that instead of listening to what we are saying, which, as I say, in my opinion, I don't think we are saying anything that is totally blasphemous or anything like that. It may be rough to hear, but that does not mean that it is misogynist and antiquated. If you have a problem with what we are saying, engage us. We open the phone lines every episode. We have a chat. You can reach out to us and we could talk and say, here's why I think that what you all said here in this live stream is problematic. We can have a discussion and then we can move forward. Because we are not ogres. Derek says it all the time. We're not ogres. We ain't gonna just hear you say, oh, we don't agree with what you said because that's problematic. And we can say, oh, you're part of the problem. Use misandry, this and that. That's not how we engage people in our conversation. So I didn't want to get into this right now, but I think it is incumbent to understand that for this discussion to happen, you're going to hear some things that you're not going to like. Shoot, we hear things that we don't like all the time, right? But we go, and I ain't talking about the misandry and the misogyny. Sorry, I know the misogyny, whatever. I'm talking about people say things about us as men. People say things about us as content creators. People say things about us as individuals. We gotta kind of say, all right, you can feel a way, but you know what? We gotta know the truth of who we are. And they're not debating us on things that we've said or who we are. They say their things in their vacuum and they go ahead. We are trying not to create a vacuum here. And we try our best to do so. We open the phone lines. We encourage people to share with people that support or detract. We constantly want to create an open air, open-minded conversation and discussion. We by no means believe that we are absolutely right in what we are saying, but it is important to have this conversation. So anyhow, I didn't want to have to get into that now, Derek. I can get in the video now, and let me press on.
Cool.
Okay, Allie, show me your ring.
Oh, here.
Now, tell me what you do for a living.
Oh, I love my husband.
And how did you get that awesome job?
Well, I became a better human being, and I became feminine and also shocking, submissive. So that was the secret.
So what are your tips to women that want to be a housewife?
To embrace it. It's an actual job. You just can't get it in the public or private sector. Like you need a man to hire you for it, but that's okay. Because if you think about it, you submit to your boss who makes you clean stupid shelves at your retail job, right? Like, wouldn't it be better if you were cleaning your own shelves at home? You know what I mean? And your boss wants to sleep with you in a good way. In a good way.
And where do you meet these men?
Well, I think women should work for the men that they want to pursue. I know that sounds crazy, but it's really easy. So if you think about it, like you want a lawyer, right? So then you should be a paralegal, or if you want a dentist, then you should be a dental hygienist. But these are considered, I guess, high value status professions. But I think that's a really good model that not enough women utilize. Because women will bully the woman who is the secretary that marries the doctor, okay? But who has the last laugh? Like her in her McMansion with her husband who's high and the babies. Like that's who has the last laugh. So.
Right-yo. All right. So that's a lot to unpack. My brother, lead us.
Yeah, man. No, I felt it important to kind of share that. It's a very interesting take from a young lady. And she talks about the curse words, she talks about submission and all that stuff. But anyhow, let me open up by saying that if we want different outcomes in the mating game, right? If we all want different outcomes in the dating game, we will all, men and women, have to improve ourselves in the eyes of those of whom we want to view us as attractive, right? If we want certain people to view us as attractive, we will have to improve ourselves in order to meet the criteria of the persons whom we want, right? Let me say that to start. As I was preparing to come, and when I say preparing, I mean like 10 minutes before we start, I was listening to a piece of content, and Chris Brown is in the news apparently. A lady, she went on a podcast that she was talking about the fact that when she went to Chris Brown tell you straight up, if you're in the action, you go left, right? And she says she left, so we'll take her as her word that she left. But guess what? She left, and we can be confident that there are some people who were presented that particular situation and they didn't leave, right? But anyhow, just say it, throw it out there to say if we want to be selected by the people we want to do the selecting, we have to make ourselves more attractive to those people, right? And that's men and women. Well, prior to the 1960s, black people were the most married, right? Prior to the 1960s, we were the most married. Today, not so much. And in the grand scheme of things, that's what, 50 years and change. That's a short period of time, right? We have gone from the most married to the least married, and we are continuing to be married less, right? Marriage as we know it has changed. And I would have said it on Tuesday, so I think it is worth repeating. It bears repeating right now. Marriage is no longer about utility and survival, right? Marriage is no longer about utility and survival. And women do not need men to survive, and they will tell you as much. We've all heard it before. I can do bad all by myself, right? Back in the day, it was man and woman, modernization coming in and all that, Your man and woman growing up together, living together, they had a huge family to keep some sheep and some pigs and things like that. We all hear these stories. We are all old enough to know these stories of this body carrying out pigs and this body carrying out sheep. Not carrying out pigs, carrying out sheep and cows and, got the pigs in the backyard. Shoot. Neil, if you think, but, when my grandmother had some foals, I had a couple of pigs in the yard, some sheep. Yeah. There you go, right? Yeah, exactly, right? But and that was the thing. And then back then you will find that you usually have very large families, right? Why? There's a purpose for the large families because we know you're talking 9, 10 children, that kind of thing. Back in the day, everybody's met sports, so they handle electricity, and anything else to do, so you get enough children. But there was a practical reasoning. Yeah, you met some children. There was a practical reason for it. You needed children to grow and help with the livestock, help with the rearing of food and stuff. You got a little kitchen garden or something like that, come and turn some soil, right? But modernization again, you started licking down start going over the fields and stuff like that, replace them with buildings and all that. Price of progress, right? And then we as men, we would have gravitated to the blue collar jobs, especially back in those days. We've heard these stories, Neil. We've all heard these stories about men, and sometimes women too, to be fair, who would have finished school early. Some would have just done school, not finished, with little or no secondary education to speak of, but they did it in an effort to go and work to be able to provide for the family and stuff like that, right? We've heard countless stories of that. And that is more common than we want to believe or admit, right? And as a matter of fact, folks, it still happens now. And the enrollment numbers of males and females, our ratio of males to females at tertiary institutions in Barbados will confirm my own personal observations from my daily job, right? Because I see it every day. You know, people who, young men who've decided, hey, you know what, this work thing ain't really about that. And when you think that they should be really at school, you see them just traversing the block, right? So that's where we are. That's the 60s, we come along up, right? Marriage, however, again, many do blue collar jobs. And then, you know, it's like, well, hey, gotta get the women to help too. You know, money gotta turn. So now the women join the workforce. But we don't want women to be able to stir the concrete and live in a backyard and all that. So the girls,
I want to make it very clear here. It's not that we don't want the women out there stirring concrete and doing the hard work.
but we know how it goes.
Yeah.
We know how it goes, right? I
Women
really
are
hope
not-
that we don't have to explain every single generalization. I really hope we can come to that deal. But matter of fact, you know what? Go ahead, explain it, because you know.
No, because let us say it's not that we don't want, because again, the short for tomorrow is fresh in my mind about the patriarchy, and I want us to be clear, right? Derek said that we don't want women to be out there doing that. I agree with you 100%, my brother. But again, we don't want to be called misogynist and that we are in control of women and their choices. But let us be clear, women ain't.
Sorry. When I say we don't, I mean we as a society.
But that's the
Not
patriarchy.
men
Hold on, but Derek, but
specifically.
that's the patriarchy. No, that's men is patriarchy. So it don't matter if you're talking about men or if you're talking about the society.
Okay, very well, sir.
Right. So let us understand something. Women ain't go out there stirring concrete. Shoot, men don't want to go out there stir concrete, but men can do it. So somebody gotta do it.
Yeah. You know what? We found that women don't naturally gravitate to those jobs, so we put it that way, right? So the more, I mean, we talk about it all the time. People say boys outside run about, girls and say with dolls, that kind of conundrum, that kind of setup is what you will find. So let me be very clear. We're not talking about we don't want the girls. No. We're talking about what girls would naturally gravitate towards and what males would naturally gravitate towards. If that, you know,
We hope that helps.
somehow is bored. Yeah, hopefully that helps. Hopefully it's not bordering on, you know, misogyny or whatever you want to call it, right? But anyhow, so now the girls have entered the workforce. They're earning for themselves. They're doing for themselves. So, as we just said before, they don't need a man like that before, like they used to. Again, they don't need a man for survival, right? It becomes now a case of luxury and pleasure, which is what we would have spoken about before, right? So modern marriage now is truly a conundrum, Neil. Truly a conundrum. Because traditionally, it's thought that a man should fulfill the roles of protector, provider, prophet, and priest or pastor for his family, right? You're supposed to protect them, you provide for them, you gotta be the prophet, you chart the way, you gotta see things, how it can be affecting your family and stuff like that, plan for that. And you gotta be the pastor or the priest, the spiritual head of your family. That's how it's supposed to be traditionally, right? And in exchange, that man would get a nurturing, and this is the curse word here, submissive help meet in the home, right? And let me be honest. Let's be honest, folks. Let us be honest. All men want submission from their women. I can say that again. All men want submission from their women. Whether he's a multi-millionaire businessman, doctor, lawyer, bank manager, as the song says, or a fireman, yeah? All men want submission from their women, especially within a marital relationship. The challenge that most men now encounter, though, is that times are indeed a changing. Shoot, times have changed. And in these modern times, a woman is of no obligation to a man, even if that man is her husband, right? As I would have said on Tuesday, today's man cannot request anything of his wife or girlfriend that resembles a traditional female gender role, like cooking or cleaning. If you doubt me, if you feel like talking junk, if you want to label it as whatever you want to label it as, go and try it. Or those of it may be the ladies who think that I may be talking junk, let my ask you to cook and clean free, and you see how you handle it, right? If he makes a request, if the man makes a request, she must be amenable to fulfilling said request. If not, it could be labeled as oppression, misogyny, patriarchy. Shoot, in some places, it may be even labeled as slavery, right? So, let me check the dynamic of what really happening, right? Because we started in the 60s, we're coming forward, right? Dr. T. Hassan Johnson, right? Dr. T. Hassan Johnson, he's a YouTuber as well, and he is the founder of the Institute for Black Male Studies and an associate professor of Africana Studies at California State University, Fresno. And he talks about two very interesting relationship developments between men and women in general, Black men and women in particular, right? The son husband and the husband son, right? Let me repeat those: the son husband and the husband son. Some of you may have heard about the son husband before. And for the uninitiated, let me just explain. The son husband is the son of a woman, the biological son of a woman who does not have a partner. He puts it a little bit differently, but you know, you gotta watch what I say these days. So I try to coach that as delicately as I could, right? He says that that particular woman has not seen it necessary to have a partner. She prioritized career, independence, for example. And now her son takes the place of a partner in terms of.
Hold on. Oh boy.